Good morning, students of class 12th. Welcome to the online classes of English. Myself Rakesh Naidu, as you all know. Today, I will be telling you about invitations. We have already started the chapter from the previous class. In the previous class, I have told you about formal invitations which are printed. Formal invitations which are printed. I have told you in the previous class what are printed invitations. Let's revise again. What are printed invitations. Printed invitations are those invitations which you receive at your home. For example, if I tell you about the marriage cards you are receiving at home, marriage cards, birthday cards, shop inauguration cards, house inauguration cards. Such type of cards which you are receiving at home, those type of cards are known as what? Formal invitations which are printed. Formal invitations which are printed. We have discussed all these things in the previous class. Now today I will be telling you about what? Today I will be telling you about formal invitations which are not printed. Always remember, formal invitations which are not printed should be written in the form of letter. And informal invitation also is written in the form of letters only. Always remember, formal invitations which are not printed should be written in the form of letter. And formal invitations, printed one, should be written in the type of printed cards. It should be written in the type of printed cards. But formal invitations which are not printed should be written in the form of letters, and informal invitations should also be written in the form of letters. Now, this comes under short composition, and it should not exceed more than 50 words. Invitations should not exceed more than 50 words. Remember that. Always remember, format carries 1 mark, content carries 1 mark, and expression carries 3 marks. It may be of 3 or 4 marks, not more than that. Okay, it may be of 3 or 4 marks, not more than that. If it is of 4 marks, then content will become of 2 marks, then expression will be of 1 mark. Format carries always 1 mark. It may be of 3 or 4 marks, and it should not exceed more than 50 words. Now today we will talk about what? Today we will talk about formal invitations which are not printed. Now formal invitations which are not printed, as I told you, it should always be written in the form of letter. Okay. If in such invitation we are writing the letters, we don't mention the subject. Always remember, we do not mention the subject in invitations. Always remember, if we are writing the letter, we do not mention the subject in invitations. Suppose the question is given to you in formal invitations which are not printed. What is that question? For example, if I give you the question, you are the secretary of the Old Student Association. Now you have to assume that you are the secretary of the Old Student Association. Of which school? Modern School, New Delhi. You are from which school? Modern School, which is situated in Mahatma Gandhi Road, New Delhi. Modern School, Mahatma Gandhi Road, New Delhi. Using the information given in the input. That means information is given in the input. The hint is given to you in the input. The hint is given to you in the input. That hint you will be using. That hint you will be using. The hint is given in the input and that hint you will be using. That hint you will be using. The hint is given and that hint you will be using. The hint is given what? Using the information given in the input. Now hint is given what? Input is given what? Alumni meet on 20th May 2021. Alumni meet on 20th May 2021. Dinner and dance at Ashoka Hotel. Dinner and dance will be organized at Ashoka Hotel, Delhi. Confirm your seats. You have to confirm your seats also. Now these hints are given. Sometimes they give the hints and sometimes they don't also. Okay. Now see how you will be writing the formal invitations which are not printed. Okay, this is the question. Now you have to assume yourself that you are the secretary of the old student association and you are writing the letter to the old students. You are the secretary and you are writing the invitation letter to the old students. So always begin from the left hand side corner. Left hand side corner you will start writing. That means who you are? Old student association. You belong to old student association because you are the secretary. You belong to old students association. Now to whom you are addressing, that address should come. Okay. Modern School, Mahatma Gandhi Road, New Delhi. Leave one line. Modern School, Mahatma Gandhi Road, New Delhi. To whom you are addressing? To the old students. You are inviting them. To whom you are writing? To the old student. Dear alumna and alumnus. Now what do you mean by alumna? Alumna means boys, the old student boys, which passed out from your school 10 years back or 20 years back. And alumnus means what? The girls. We are talking about the old girls. Those who have passed from your school 10 years back, 20 years back, and they are doing the gathering. They are doing the gathering and we are inviting them. We all are doing the gathering and we are inviting them. Because I am the secretary of the school and I am inviting them. Okay. Dear alumna and alumnus means that. Always remember in such letters, subject does not appear. Always remember in such letters, subject does not appear. Okay. Now how you will be writing the body? How you will be writing the structure of the invitation? Now see, dear alumna oblique alumnus, comma, just below the comma you will be starting 25th alumni meet. 25th alumni meet means what? Old students. Alumni meet means what? What do you mean by alumni meet? Alumni meet means old students meet. Of modern school will be held on 20th May 2021. Of modern school will be held 20th May 2021. That means where you will be holding this meeting of the students at Ashoka Hotel, Chanakya. That means you are holding the meeting at Ashoka Hotel, Chanakya. Old students, including their husbands and wives. That means old students are invited, those who have passed 10 years back or 20 years back, maybe, okay, will be our guest of honor. Old students, husband and wife will be our guest of honor because we are doing the gathering of the old student. Now you are the secretary of the school, you are inviting them, okay? So they will be the guest of honor of yours. Kindly assemble at 7 p.m. in the banquet hall. That means you must be assembling in the banquet hall of Ashoka Hotel for a get together, and late dinner and dance. For a get together party and late dinner and dance for the old students who have passed out from your school 10 years back, 20 years back. Please confirm your seats by sending rupees 1000. You have to confirm your seats also because you have to send 1000 rupees for that. You have to send what? You have to send 1000 rupees for that to the undersigned. You have to send 1000 rupees to the undersigned. Who you are? You are the secretary, C.R. Mehta. Your name is what? You are the secretary and you are taking out the institution. Okay, invitation, sorry. You are taking out the invitation for the old students of the school. Your name is C.R. Mehta and you are the secretary of the school. And you are taking out the invitation for the old students of the school. So in this manner, it should be written. Always remember, invitations which are formal and non-printed should be written in the form of letter. Non-printed, which are formal invitations, should always be written in the form of letter. So this is the way of writing formal invitations which are not printed. Now see, in the next part, I will be telling you about what informal invitations. Always remember, informal invitations should be written in the form of letter. Always remember that informal invitations should be written in the form of letter. Always remember, it comes under short composition and it should not exceed more than 50 words. It should not be exceeding more than 50 words. Format carries 1 mark, content carries 1 mark, and expression carries 1 mark. And in such type of letters, in invitation letters, we are not mentioning the subject. We are not mentioning the subject in such letters. Always remember that. In such letters, we are not mentioning the subject. Suppose if in informal letter you are getting the question, any question we can take. We are taking the question, your friend from Manipur. That means you are having a friend who is staying in Manipur. Is staying in the school hostel. Where he is staying? He is staying in the school hostel. Using the information given below. The information is given in the input. The hints are given to you in the input. Send him an invitation to celebrate Diwali at your home. That means you are calling him to celebrate Diwali at your home. And what are the information which is given in the input, which is given in the blog? That is known as hints. They give sometimes and sometimes they don't give also. So according to your own common sense, you have to write a invitation letter. Now hint is given in that friends from Manipur, a hosteler. A friend from Manipur, he is a hosteler, that means he is staying in hostel, invite to join you in Diwali celebration. He is inviting you to join in Diwali celebration at your house. Okay? He is inviting you to join in Diwali festival to his house. So you are inviting him, you are giving him an invitation to stay in his house and you can celebrate Diwali with him. Okay? First of all, at the left hand side corner, everything begins from the left hand side corner. As you can see on the board, okay? Your address, 120 Mahatma Gandhi Road, where you are staying. Leave one line, put the date, 25th October 2021. You are inviting your friend. You are giving an invitation to your friend. Always remember, in such type of letters, we are not mentioning the subject. Okay? Dear Rahul, it gives me a great pleasure. Now you are starting what? The structure, the body of the invitation. How the body of the invitation should be written in the form of a letter. I will be telling you that now. Okay? Dear Rahul, comma. Just below the comma, you will be giving the body of the invitation. It gives me great pleasure in inviting you to my house at Diwali. You will be starting like this. It gives me a great pleasure in inviting you to my house at Diwali. I am sure you will feel at home in the company of my younger brothers and sisters. I am sure that you will feel at home in the company of my younger brothers and sisters. We shall have great fun. We shall have great fun. I am sure you will join us in the puja and Diwali celebration. I am sure you will join us in the puja and Diwali celebrations. Okay? Now how you will be ending? Yours loving. Your name is what? Dilip. If the name is not given, any name you can mention. Always remember. So this is the way how the informal invitations are written. Okay? Always remember, informal invitations are written in the form of letters. Always remember, formal invitation which are not printed, formal invitations which are not printed, and informal invitations are always written in the form of letters only. Only three things are there. Formal invitations which are printed should be written in the printed format. Formal invitations which are printed should always be written in the printed format. You are always receiving such type of invitations in your homes. Such type of invitations you are receiving at your homes. For example, like birthday cards, wedding cards, house inauguration cards, shop inauguration cards, etc. That means formal invitations which are printed should be taken out in printed format only. and formal invitations which are not printed. Always remember, formal invitations which are not printed should be written in the form of letters only. Formal invitations which are not printed should be written in the form of letters only. And informal invitation should always be written in the form of letters only. And informal invitation should always be written in the form of letters only. Always remember that. So such type of letters which are written in formal invitation, not printed, and informal invitations. Okay, for inviting people to your house. Always remember that. Okay, thank you very much. God bless you all. In the next class, I will be explaining about you the new topic, the coming topic. I will be explaining you about that in the next class. Thank you once again. God bless you all.